everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Shrestha and in today's video we are going to discuss some frequently asked questions I'm often asked regarding homeopathy and pursuing my masters in psychology abroad. The whole idea behind this video is to help those people who want to switch their fields from homeopathy to psychology, or maybe just know more about pursuing psychology from abroad. Since I'm asked these questions so many times, I thought why not just make a video out of it so that everyone can benefit from it. Also, one thing I would like to add here is that it's perfectly normal to feel confused or lost after doing one particular field and that not realizing what you want to do next. So if you're someone who has just completed their B.H.M.S and it's not sure what they have to do, I have a video for you guys and I'll put the link somewhere here. Please go and check it out. In that video I have explained all the fields you can take, like some of the fields, because you know it's really exhaustive, it's really what you want to do next. But I have jotted down some of the fields there and given you a brief introduction onto what you can do and what you can take up once you're done with homeopathy. Having said that, there are still a lot of questions people do ask me and I would like to answer them. So I have all the questions jotted down here, so I'll be looking here for those questions, and so let's just get started with it. So question number one I'm often asked is what course I did after homeopathy. So as the question says, I did my undergrad in homeopathy, that's Bachelor's of Homeopathic Medicine and Surgery from India, and after that I did my master's in psychology from UK. So the second question I'm often asked is how did I apply? Now this is a very generic question and I can specifically tell you how I applied, but to answer it so that it benefits most of the students out there. So the basic thing is it depends upon two factors. One is the course you're choosing and two, the country you're selecting to go to. Now depending on these two factors, how you're going to apply will vary and will change. So for example, if you are choosing a particular course, suppose you want to do masters in psychology, the next step should be to decide which country to go to. Maybe you decide you want to come to UK. After selecting that, you need to jot down few of the universities and you have to select which are the universities you want to give it a try. Now for this also you have to do a lot of research work. There's no shortcut. Even I did the same. Even I used to look into most of even I used to look into the courses I was interested in and the countries I was interested to go to and the universities which could offer me this course. So it really depends upon all these factors. Once you select the university, once you select the course, then the next step is to go to each individual website of each university, and those websites are really helpful. They are going to answer all of your questions. Whatever it is that you have a doubt of, you can really go and see the website page. They are really useful. Secondly, there is a section usually called frequently asked questions section. Most of your questions would be answered there. If still you have some doubts, like I used to have a lot of doubts and questions and queries, the best thing is to contact these people. They have a contact us section, they have a phone number, they have email, and the best option you can take up is to email them, and most of the universities are going to answer to you. They're going to get back to you. They have a wonderful contact us system and they do get back to you very quickly. Obviously you have to be considerate enough about the time differences and all, but they will get back to you and they will answer all your questions and even help you to start your application process in case you're interested in going there. So now that I have set the background, how I did was in a very similar fashion. I selected the country I wanted to come to. So at that point I selected Australia and also UK, I selected the universities. I was sure that I wanted to do, psychology only for my masters. So the next work was to just choose the university, and after that I started looking up into their, eligibility criteria, onto what are the requirements basically. And once I understood what was required of me, I started working towards it. So the next question is, what are the basic requirements? Now again, it really depends upon the country you're going to, like I said, and also the university. So the best way is to go to their requirement section once you have selected the course. Every course has 4 basic tabs where they tell you what the course is about, what are the requirements, the fee structure, and what would be the outcome. So you can just go in the requirement tab and just look into the requirement section. For example, why am I stressing upon the country? It depends, because some of my friends have gone to Canada, they are doing their studies from Canada, and they had to give GRE. That is your graduate, let me have a look, what's the full form of GRE? Yes, that is your graduate record examinations. However, in the case of UK, you do not need GRE, and even some of the universities I did apply to Australia, you didn't require a GRE score. So that depends upon that you really know the country, and you really know the course, and you really know the eligibility criteria. So it's all given there. All you have to do is sit back and actually research and do the work, and you will get all the answers. Coming back to what was required in my case was just the IELTS. This is a basic requirement, so it really depends upon, like I said, the country you're going to, the course you're selecting, and what they are asking from you. So it really depends upon that. The next question is how to decide which country to go. So this is a very, very, very personal kind of a question, and it has a very personal answer and choice to it. So what you have to do is, literally reflect and understand which is the country you would like to go. Totally depends upon you. If you ask what are the parameters you might choose to select a country, then it is very simple. First of all, you have to see the course you wish to do. Is that country offering you that or not? First of all, if that country is not offering you only that course, then it is difficult to go to that country, right? So you have to first select the course, see if that country is offering you that or not. And it depends basically upon the eligibility criteria. Most of the time, it might be possible that you're not filling up the eligibility criteria, or you're from a different field, or a country doesn't allow switching up of fields at a master's level. So it depends upon a lot of things. So you have to decide and you have to research, and after that only you can come to this conclusion that whether you want to go to this country or not. Also, many times people do ask me that can we do psychology from India only? Of course you can do. We have Delhi University if you're from Delhi. I basically know more about Delhi only because that's where I'm from, and that's where I was looking up for options. So obviously you have Delhi University, but most of the masters have an entrance examination, and the syllabus would be the whole of I think the whole of bachelor's psychology syllabus. So these are the things you have to look for. And if you're from India and you want to do it in India, it's very simple. You can find someone who's doing that particular course, ask them questions, how it is and everything, or you can just go to the website and just look what are the requirements. Also, we have IGNOU, and that's like an open university, so you can do courses from there as well. And I think you can do it from wherever you are in India, as long as you have a center. So you have to look into these things. These things also keep on changing and updating. So just have a look, and then you can decide which country you want to do it from, whether you want to do it from India only, whether you want to go abroad. So really depending upon your personal choice and what the country can offer you in terms of the course. And if you really want to be there and do job, then what is their employment rate? Do they give jobs? Is it tough? Is it easy? So depending upon all these things, only then you can decide. So the next question is, what are the future prospects? And a lot of people do ask me this. So it really depends upon what you get interested after doing psychology, whether you want to be a clinical psychologist, whether you want to take up a particular field in psychology. Like there is health psychology, like there is sports psychology. One of my friend who did masters with me chose sports psychology as her second masters, and she's doing that now. I am personally interested in the clinical psychology part, the health psychology, and even education psychology interests me. So depending upon what field you're interested in, you have to maybe do a second masters or maybe a PhD, or like in the case of clinical psychology, you have to do a D-Clinic Psych. Similarly, and this is a case scenario of UK, I don't know about other countries how they work after you're done with psychology, how it works there. You have to actually, that is very it's difficult to understand how a country and how the employment rate works there unless and until you have someone there and they have experienced something and then they can share it with you. So what I am sharing regarding this point is just from the state of UK. And also, if you want to do it from India, obviously after you do psychology, or if you want to do clinical psychology, I think you have to do an MPhil, or if you want to go into a research or a professor kind of a job, a teaching job, then you have to do a PhD. So basically, once you get into this field, there are a lot of different approaches you can take, different outcomes you can have. So it really depends upon you and how your interest develops while you're completing your studies, and what really catches your eye is the thing. Next question is, what can you do if you go back to India, if you decide to go back to India? So some of my friends did this course and they went back to India, and they're doing wonderfully as well there. They are doing they have taken the jobs of a psychologist. Also, you can work with certain mental health teams. Also, you can do some of the other specialization, like I said, if you just get interested in maybe in teaching, so you can take up a PhD. So it really depends upon what you're interested in, what you're eligible for, and what you can take up once you go back. Also, another question I'm often asked is, do you get jobs easily in UK? So the answer is not a definite one. Some of my friends didn't get jobs, some of them did. So the next two questions, I'm going to take it as one only. The one says, did I give any exam? And the second one is, what all exams do you have to give as per the eligibility requirement? So like I have already mentioned in previous questions, that it really depends upon the country, it really depends upon the course, and specifically for me, I just gave IELTS, and other than that, all the other eligibility criteria I was fulfilling, so it was not an issue for me. But yes, some of the students do ask me that they do not have some basic percentage or marks in their undergrad, so that could be a problem, because they at least need a basic standard marks or percentage from your undergrad studies, or even from your masters if you're again planning to do a masters from here, because some of the people I know came here to do a double masters. Next question is, are the courses done from IGNOU valid in abroad? So basically, IGNOU is Indira Gandhi National Open University, and it has some very wonderful courses. As long as I know, and with some experience from some of my friends, yes, those courses are valid. But to be double sure, always go and check the university, and you can ask these people if a course would be valid from an open university or not. But most probably it is. Another thing I would like to add here is that if you're really interested to know the exact experiences of the students doing those courses, there are a lot of groups on Facebook of those courses, of those universities. Find them and then message these people and students out there. Most of them will come back to you and reply to you. When I started this procedure, I did the same. So many students answered me, and while I was doing the course, there were so many people who wanted to do this course, and they used to message me and ask me questions, and I used to reply to them as well. So most of the students are helpful. They will get back to you. Some of them can't because of the privacy settings of the messages. That's a different scenario altogether, but most of them will come back to you and answer to you, and that's a better way of knowing what's the exact experience and what are the job opportunities, how the courses, how the teachers are. So just to get the exact information, you can always go on Facebook, find such groups and ask them the questions. I'm so sure if they will see the questions, they will get back to you and they will give you the answers. So I hope this really helps. So that is all. I think I have answered all the questions, and I feel that they might be helpful for you, or if you know someone who might benefit from it, please share this video with them. If you have any more specific questions, feel free to comment below and ask them. If you like this video, please hit the like button and also hit the little bell icon next to it so that you can be updated with all my latest videos. I know it's been a while that I have uploaded a video, but hopefully we're going to be regular now. Thank you for watching and meet me in my next video. Bye bye.